That is so beautiful, a play like that. Jordan and Pippen, you rarely see them together at the end of a break.
Cheeks. And Grant able to get to it on the box out. Jordan for three. And it will be Nick Ball.
Last basket by the Bulls with Jordan leading the break, unselfishly rifling that pass to Pippen, who finishes it as only he can.
Trent Tucker has checked in, replacing Gerald Wilkins. And Gerald, here's the applause. Sits down with 11. Look out, Oakley handling and firing one that is run down by Tucker. Knicks by 4. They're down to 10 on the shot clock. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Ewing. Oh, beautiful move. Patrick Ewing with the change of direction. Knicks by 6. Final seconds of the quarter. Here is Jordan. Third quarter for the Knicks. And the crowd responds. The Knicks 31 and the Bulls 25. So 31-25, Knicks lead over the Chicago Bulls. And John, we have some vintage footage involving Michael Jordan. Who was back in 1984 during preseason when Michael Jordan first reported to the Chicago Bulls, and he was still a curiosity in the league. One time, Chicago Bulls coach Kevin Lockery was asked, did he feel that Jordan could turn the fortunes of the Bulls around by himself? Listen to this response.
A 7-footer, and if he was 7 feet, he could, I think, with that type talent he has. But unfortunately, this game is played by the 7-footers, a big part of the game. He can obviously improve a basketball team, but there hasn't been a guard come in the NBA that has been able to turn the team around totally in the history of the game.
Well, the electronic wizard pulling that one out of his files, but I think Kevin Lockery was really just trying to soften the pressure as Tucker extends the Knicks lead to 33-25. Michael Jordan was the 3rd overall pick behind a couple of 7-footers, Sam Bowie of Portland and Hakeem Olajuwon by Houston, and he was trying to take the pressure off. Cartwright cuts it to 33-27. So Kevin said, no, I don't think there's any guard out there that can take a club all the way. As it turns out, Michael Jordan is in a situation where that certainly could happen with this Chicago squad.
Well, Michael's success, though, and I'm sure he'd be the first to point it out now this year, is attributable to the development of his team. And I think you're right, Marv. As the Knicks work it inside successfully to Oakley, the beautiful pass made it easy for Oakley. But Michael now, of course, as you look back, take another look at that nice pass inside. Quinnett with a beautiful lead pass. Grant tried to steal it, and execution was perfect. But also, Lockery was restating history. I can think of Jerry West coming out in 1960 having a great impact immediately in the league, but nobody likes Jordan. But Kevin was just going on the history of the league as well. And nobody has done landed like he did in this league.
Michael Jordan sitting down, leads with 6 points. Foul on Grant, putting Oakley at the line. And Charles has extended to a 36-27 lead. Mark Jackson and Trent Tucker now in the backcourt. Oakley up front with Quinnett and Ewing. Here is Cartwright.
What a force Oakley was on that rebound.
Quinnett rejected by Pippen. What a play by Scottie Pippen. And it will be Nick Ball.
As Pippen knocked it out of bounds as the Bulls tried to ignite a break. Quinnett going up a little softly. Pippen right there. Ewing giving his best effort. Pippen knocked it out then.
Will Perdue has replaced Bill Cartwright. Cartwright leads with a field goal, 2 from the line for 4. Perdue played well on Sunday. Gerard Mustaf, broken nose and all, checking in to give Patrick Ewing a rest. Rod taking a shot on Sunday. Here's Jackson. Gwinnett. That shot was deflected. Pippen. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen. He has 13.
You see the contrast. Gwinnett's soft move to the basket, and you see at the other end Gwinnett exploding as he gets closer.
Knicks want a timeout. Well, a moment ago, the Knicks had a 9-point lead, their biggest of the game, and this is the biggest lead that they have enjoyed in this series. 2:20 gone by in the second. The Knicks now lead it by 7.
Both teams going to the bench, but Pippen has really been the main man for the Bulls here in the early going as he moved so fast to the hoop on that play.
Well, John, this program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. High point men of the game, the Bulls led by Scottie Pippen, who has 13. And the Knicks sparked by Gerald Wilkins in the first quarter. Wilkins with 11, Vandeweghe with 8. And both clubs shooting well. The Knicks have opened up very strong at 16 for 26.
So important that the Knicks shoot the ball well. When you get finished all of the analyzing of this game and how intricate you can make it, you've got to shoot the ball at a good percentage. That's what the Knicks are doing, and that's why they're where they are, and that's why they weren't in good shape in the first 2 games.
Now the 3 on the shot clock. Tucker. Mustaf, yes, and it counts. Strong move by the rookie, Gerard Mustaf, who now will go to the line.
Well, Jackson pulling people together. Trent Tucker aggressively moving to the basket. And oh, how he got the message from John McLeod. Go to the basket. I want everybody driving. And the Knicks had 2 offensive rebounders who could get it done. This time, though, it was Mustaf. These are the kind of plays that will, as the Knicks look back at this half, will loom large from the unlikely people who have not been doing big things lately. Big play by Mustaf.
And a 3-point play. He was fouled by Purdue. Knicks now go with a 3-guard alignment as Gerald Wilkins has replaced Brian Gwinnett. They lead it by 10. Grant, played by Oakley. Pippen, defended by Wilkins, and he's fouled.
If you're Oakley, and if you got your hand on the ball and the ball alone, you react as he just did. I mean, immediately he couldn't believe that call. We'll see Wilkins now against the taller Pippen by 3 inches, working in low to use his height advantage. Oakley reaches in, and he felt it was a clean block.
Scottie Pippen, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He is a 71% foul shooter. Now Horace Grant will sit down, and Stacey King comes on for the first time.
In game 1 in Chicago in that horror for the Knicks, Pippen was 9 of 10 from the foul line. Michael Jordan, 9 of 9 in that one. Oakley getting a break now after an excellent all-star performance here in the first half.
Charles doing a nice job off the boards, listed for 4 rebounds, but that stat doesn't tell the whole story. A lot of good boxing out. Purdue getting inside, and it's a goaltend. The basket will count. So the Knicks now lead at 39-31. Kenny Walker has replaced Charles Oakley. Walker coming off a good one on Sunday, although he was shaken up early in the game, but able to come back strong. Mark Jackson took 7 stitches on Sunday above the left eye. Wilkins with the step. And Armstrong starts back. Pippen around Jackson, and then served up the facial on Mustaf. And the Knicks lead it by 6. Scottie Pippen with 15.
Boy, he's making his statement alone as to how this Bulls team is different this year.
Nice play by King on the deflection. Look out. It will be New York ball.
Pippen last year, called by some as the heir apparent to Jordan. And when you see a move like that, you don't miss Michael as much when he's resting as you used to.
Vandeweghe and Cheeks getting set to check back in. Knicks with the 3 guards, Jackson, Wilkins, and Tucker, along with Mustaf and Walker. Jackson throwing a bad pass into the crowd. Tucker able to recover and fires. Rebound Pippen, and the Bulls on the run. Pass from Armstrong, just off the mark. Now here's Cheeks replacing Wilkins, and Vandeweghe also stepping on the floor. Mark Jackson sitting down. 6-point Knick lead. They've led by as many as 10. Vandeweghe on a turnaround. Rebound, Mustaf, and he's fouled. Again, a good effort by Gerard Mustaf, despite the broken nose.
The contrast is noticeable as to the offensive board rebounding by both teams. The Knicks are doing a very big job on their offensive boards. The Bulls aren't. You know, Marv, I was thinking when talking to Mike Saunders, the Knicks trainer, before the game about Mustaf, who has the broken nose. I said, can you do anything for it? No. If you wear it, no, it doesn't do anything. I mean, that might be the only part of your body that you break. And you do nothing for it. You just go out and keep performing.
What an interesting
Think about that
concept, John.
Just if you broke your earlobe, you'd continue that.
Yeah. Toe.
You could play with a broken toe?
No. Broken arm. I recall Bob Pettit playing with a broken arm.
How about a broken heart?
Yes. Very nice, John. Always putting it into perspective. 8-point Knick lead. Hodges. And Walker on the rebound. Vandeweghe was wide open, but Cheeks was afraid of the cross-court pass. Knicks take a timeout. 7:06 to go in the first half. Doubleheader on MSG. Yankees and the Oakland A's coming up at 10:30 as Ricky Henderson guns for his 939th career stolen base to pass by Lou Brock, the man of steel, John, going against the arm of Matt Noakes. Percentages are, if Ricky gets on base, he will break the record.
Think he have the audacity to do it against the New York Yankees?
Yes, I do. Yankees 0-12 last season against the Oakland A's. Yankee baseball tonight at 10:30. The Knicks 41 and the Bulls 33, just under 7 minutes to go. In this first half, Mustaf was fouled. Armstrong coming over to help out, and he is called for his first.
Gerard Mustaf coming on big here in the first half for the Knicks. He has given the Knicks many good moments this year, but he couldn't pick a better game to come on really strong.
Michael Jordan back on the floor. Once again, a low-key first half. Jordan 3 for 7, 6 points. Now recall the last time the Knicks and the Bulls played here in New York, the Bulls came back from a 24-point deficit to beat the Knicks, and Jordan started slowly.
The difference for the Bulls, however, is they're not getting anything from the front line other than Pippen. Grant is quiet, as is Cartwright, who is on the bench right now.
Hodges and Jordan at the guard. Grant is up front, along with King. Here's Hodges with a 3. That was the 24-second buzzer.
Boy, you see how the double team worked perfect to stop Jordan on that play.
Vandeweghe from downtown. So the Knicks open up a 12-point lead. It's their biggest of the night. Here's Armstrong. Rebound King. He was blocked by Mustaf. Jordan cuts it to 10.
Mustaf made a great play, denying him what appeared to be an easy 2.
It's been a very impressive effort for the rookie out of Maryland, Gerard Mustaf. Long rest period for Patrick Ewing now, who is making his way toward the scorer's table. Jordan off the steal. Armstrong ahead of the field, and the Knicks lead at 45-37.
Speed and strength of Jordan took that ball away from Vandeweghe.
Armstrong anticipating the pass, and he has Hodges. Once again, a good play by B.J. Armstrong in his second year out of Iowa. He's trimmed it to 6.
Gerald Wilkins inbounding the ball, threw it off the bottom of the backboard. The Knicks cough it up.
A very sad sequence by the Knicks. John McLeod sending on Charles Oakley for Gerard Mustaf. And now Stacey King sits down. Bill Cartwright returns. Walker also will depart. Knicks with Oakley, Ewing, and Vandeweghe, Cheeks, and Wilkins in the backcourt as we come up on 5 minutes to go in this first half. Here's Jordan.
Now let's not get ridiculous, Michael. He had everything but the final spin correct on that shot.
Vandeweghe, he'll go to the line, hit from front and back.
Knicks back to their starting lineup now. The Bulls are going with a substitute lineup in the backcourt with Armstrong and Hodges.
Armstrong called for the foul. That was his second.
That last basket by the Bulls, Gerald Wilkins tried to inbound it, as we just saw, and it went off the bottom of the backboard.
Vandeweghe 3 for 3 for the line is 12. Here's John Paxson for B.J. Armstrong. B.J. leads with a field goal for 2.
Personality of the Knicks offensively tonight is shockingly different than the first 2 games, and it's being contrasted inside. They're getting so much done inside the foul line with their strength, and when necessary, they have gotten some contributions from the perimeter. They're a completely different team tonight as they're shooting the ball so much better.
That second free throw nullified. A lane violation by Patrick Ewing. Stepped in too quickly. Knicks lead at 46-39. Crowd wanted to travel. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Jordan. Stopped by Wilkins. Good play by Oakley. It will be Nick Ball.
It's such a gigantic play emotionally for the team as well. And when do you get a chance to block a Jordan jump shot?
Wilkins. Knicks get back. Hodges putting the move on Cheeks, and he's held. Basket won't count. The Bulls mildly argue for the continuation.
Gerald Wilkins still has not mastered the art of understanding what he can and cannot do. Makes a great defensive play here at this end. Keeps his footing. Hangs with Jordan as Jordan goes into the air to hang for the shot. And is right there with it. Beautifully done. But at the other end, Gerald comes down and forces the jump shot. Oakley on a great save as well on that play. Forced the jump shot and made it very difficult for himself.
Cartwright and Oakley had some words as they angle for position.
Oakley, the most physical member of the Knicks, and Cartwright has been playing very physically himself. That is a collision.
And of course, Oakley and Cartwright were traded for each other. Pippen, again, a facial, this one, right at Patrick Ewing.
Right now, the feeling the Knicks have to present to Pippen is that he will get knocked down when he drives to the basket. They've yet to do that. They must him up a bit.
17 for Scottie Pippen. Oakley looking for Wilkins down low. Vandeweghe, and he's turned back. It's a 3-on-1. Paxson all the way. 46-43. The Knicks lead is down to 3. They led by as many as 12.
Jordan on the steal again. The greatness of Jordan being demonstrated at the defensive end of the court twice now in the last couple of minutes.
Knicks take a timeout with 3:24 left in the first half.